So today we're going to be going over our lesson suites tab right here. This is going to be a two-part video just because there's so much that is going on in this little lesson suite area. So right now we're going to be reviewing our boards and buttons in our community area. Right now I have our boards loaded, and this is where I'm going to be creating AAC boards. If you notice, I already have quite a bit that I've already created, and it's so easy. I love it. You just come over here and you can hit create new board, and you can just type in something. We do foods quite a bit in my classroom. I have some kids that have certain foods they love. And so I'm going to create like a board that I have in mind for a certain kid in my classroom. And right here, you're going to have to put in some kind of icon, or you can choose one that you've uploaded. On this, I like to use ChatGPT just because they create some really cute images. But for the time being, I'm just going to click food. It looks like a bull's horn, but not sure why, but we'll just go with that one until I can add a new icon to it. The upload image one is the one I use the most frequently though. So here we go. We have this little board and it says it's for food. So I'm going to hit edit. And then this is where you can go in and you can make your board. You can either choose to take a picture with your device, or you can choose from your device a picture that you already have uploaded, or you can choose from buttons, which is what I can show you in a minute on these little lesson suites right here, which is buttons that you have already created. Some buttons you might create like a board and use that button on several different boards. So that's why we do have this little section here for just buttons. So I'm going to go to choose from my buttons, and it brings up all my buttons. If I have something in mind that I'm wanting to select, then I can do that. So my particular student loves cheese balls and Funyuns and goldfish. And of course, got to have that Capri Sun. And then all I have to do, if I want, I can hit preview. And then this is what it's going to look like on his end when you assign it to him. You can go ahead and hit assign and then select the student. Right now, I have some other kids that are showing up on my screen, so I don't want to pull it up for everybody to see that for privacy reasons. But this is so much easier. And this is the little speaking tab.
Cheese balls. Funyuns.
And that, it does not sound right. And so what we can do is go back to edit board and click on Funyuns. And this is where you might want to play around with it. Funyuns. And then save it.
Funyuns.
Funyuns. So you can always play around with how you want it to sound. Then let's see, let's go back. Now that I've shown you that part, which is, I feel like it's a lot of fun because you can make it for each of your individual students, tailored to what they each need. And you can also put Johnny's food or something, so that way you know when you're going through this, this is for a particular person. And this is the button that I had mentioned in another video. You can share this button or this board with little Johnny's parent if they connect to your thing and they've created a profile. And that creates that environment to where they're using the same buttons at home and at school. And they're going to pick up on that AAC component a lot more quickly when it's the same thing at home and school. Then you do have the option to share with community. So if I wanted to share this with everybody, I would just select its food, and you can just put what's on there or just some kind of description, and you can show it anonymously or display your name. But I'm not going to share this one just because I'm sure everybody else has their own board they're going to want to create. So then you can also divide up, make new folders so you can make it easier to find certain things. So this would be months of the year. I can move this over to calendar. And so when you go to calendar, it'll be there. It is taking just a second to load. So let's see. Now there it is. See? And then you can move foods all into these folders. And so if you're looking for something particular, you can find the boards a lot quicker this way. Then here's the buttons section. It shows you all the buttons, and just like the boards, you have a thing right here where you can add a button right here. And the buttons, we can utilize this for your boards, and you can also attach these buttons to different lesson activities that you're creating. And I will show that in the next video coming up. But this is going to be where it shows you everything that you have. And again, we have that function to create folders where you can divide your buttons up into different categories. So if you're trying to find something very specific, if you noticed, I only have a handful of boards, but look at how many buttons I have. I have so many of them. So if you're wanting to be able to find these buttons faster, you can always label them. Then the last function I'm going to show real quick is our community boards and buttons. This is what I was just showing you just a second ago, where you can share with community. And as a new user, you might want to look to see who has shared different boards. Right now, I have created all of them, so you're more than welcome to come in and add these to your library. And if you are not the creator of it, this button right here will not show up, the unshare button. But because this is an item that I have created, I have the ability to unshare it if I want to at any point. And then the community buttons, which if you feel like sharing any of your buttons with other people, you have that ability. So I am excited. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you get excited and start building your boards.